Hi, this is Susan. I'm here to tell you about more sweets. More sweets. I just love them. But I said that I had not shown you my favorite. So this is my favorite. It's fruitcake. Well, and pecan pie. And here's a pie, here's a cake, and here's a little cake. But really, I guess my favorite has got to be the chewy pecan pralines. These right here, these are in plastic. These are the chewy pecan pralines from Lamb's Candies. These look just like them. My mouth waters every time I look at these. Have you ever had the chewy pecan pralines at Lamb's Candy? You would never forget it. I ask for them every occasion, like Valentine's and birthday and Christmas. I'll always ask for them. They're so good. So what I wanted to show you is all of the little things that went into making the fruitcake. Okay, so first I had made bottles of things back in the summer, I think, or maybe spring. And so these were supposed to be my candied cherries, pineapple, what's green? What is green? Cherries. I guess it's cherries too. Anyway, the things that go into they have to, be like sitting in bottles for a long time. I've never made a fruitcake. And actually, I went to buy one just to refresh my memory, and they didn't have any at the store prior to Thanksgiving. So I've made the little boxes and put tissue in them. And then it seems like you'd have to have plastic to put the fruitcake into plastic. You couldn't just put it on tissue. So I put the plastic in there, and then the fruitcake has nuts on top, and it actually has fruit in it. Can you see the fruit? There you go. And how I did that was I made hard round pieces. I made them for a lot of things. If you want to see my gingerbread house, there's a video of it, and there's a video of candy that you make, and cookies and all kinds of things. So I took the colors that made sense for a fruitcake, and I pushed them into the polymer clay. When I was making the bunt cake kind of design, I pushed them into it as I was making it before I cooked it. And so you can faintly see them. See the colors faintly. And then I put the nuts on top, and then I have and I made this little piece right here in one of my videos. And so I made a dark one, and then my friend thought that it was too dark and I needed to go lighter. So this one's darker. I don't know, you tell me, which one do you think? But this one you can clearly see the little pieces. And the other, they're fainter. So tell me which one you think. Okay, so I wanted to show you how I make pecans, because I think they look very realistic, especially the big pieces. Now this is a pecan pie, and doesn't that look realistic? Like the real thing? I think so. I think it makes my mouth water. Okay, so with that, I've used a little bottle cap, and then I take polymer clay. I take a snake, fat snake, and then push it into the sides. And you can put foil down in it if you don't want to use up all your polymer clay. So that's a tip there. Or you can just go ahead and make the pie shell. And so then I just put a whole bunch of the pecans in here. You could do the center darker so that if you skipped any spot in it, it wouldn't show through. Just push down darker clay into the middle. So I make the pecans, and then I put resin over it, and I tint the resin. Okay, so I'm taking skinny, as you can see, different color, because pecans are light color on the inside, and they're usually darker. Sometimes they're reddish on the outside, but they're brown here. So I've mixed a light snake, really small snake, in with a darker snake, and then over here a more medium, and so I had 3 different colors. They kind of, start looking similar, but this one's darker than this one, I think. So anyway, you push them together, and then kind of make them into one, and keeping the colors separate, but making them into one snake, and then I just cooked them. And then I'm just going in and I'm slicing these at an angle, just kind of at an angle, so they have more interest than if they were sliced straight on. And you can slice tiny pieces, or you can slice bigger pieces that'll look like pecans. So what do you think? Do they look like pecans to you? So I've got little pieces and I've got bigger pieces. And then when you put the resin, like I use the bigger ones, then you put the resin over it, and you want to tint your resin. I used mainly this golden, and I put just the tiniest bit of this coffee brown onto the tip of my toothpick and mixed it in. And then I found that I just needed a tiny bit of red to get a caramel. And I wanted to tell you that this I've had over 2 weeks. As long as you keep it in the dark, like don't let it just sit out in the light all day long, this is still liquidy. It's not it's not gotten completely hardened or anything, just sitting out, because I've had it in a box tucked underneath the table. And that's just the UV resin. That's this UV resin mixed with those pigments. And then, of course, when I put it, under the light, under my little light here, then it all hardens up. Now, the more pigment you put into it, the more tacky it's going to be on top. If it has too much pigment, I found that it doesn't dry completely or cure completely. It kind of feels tacky. And what you might do is come back and just put clear. Just put a thin layer of clear over it. And the clear has no pigment in it, so then it'll cure, and then it'll be cured to the touch, if you want to try that. So over here on this cake, now this is just one of these, I call them buttons, but whatever you want to call them. They're just polymer clay. This one I rolled through what I cut up and made nuts, so that it has that look of nuts on it and has some texture and some interest. And this one, I didn't texture it before because I was going to do a bunch of the caulk on it. And of course you can do, cream color as well to do like an Italian cream cake. And so this one, I just used caulk around the top and around the bottom edge. And this is texture. This brown one's, I textured it before I cooked it. And then made the little holly and the berries, and it's sitting on a little piece of the gold foil doily. And this one is a smaller, my friend was asking me, he said, aren't those big? And I was like, I don't know. Oh, it got broken. It's a little The little leaf kind of got broken, got squished. Okay, he was saying, were my bundt cakes big? And I was like, no, they're kind of a big bundt cake. And so this is the miniature ring that, you know, goes on the wall, or you use it for, I put Vaseline in it before I put the polymer clay in it. And so I got this ring out of that. And so it's got the texture in it. And so then I did the same thing. I covered it with the resin. Then I put the pecans on it, and then I went over it again with some resin all the way down, the light colored resin. And then I put the little holly on it. Oh, and it got broken in the box. So I guess it's the plastic kind of squished in. But anyway, it's but you might like the littler one as opposed, you know, to the bigger bundt cake. And I did go back and I shaved off some of the bottom of one of these, at least to get it in the box. So you can shave it off if you think it's, you know, too big. But these are I did the silver box as well, and I went ahead and put one of my poinsettias on it. Now this one I showed you in the candy. These are the chewy pecan pralines. And this is the story about my great aunt, who was the best candy maker in the family. And I tell you in the candy video about her. A sweet story. So this now is using caulk again. And this caulk, I just get the caulk from Dollar Tree. They have the kind that goes in the gun, and they have the kind that you just squeeze. So if you don't have a gun, get the other. And then I just went around and I made little rosette looking pieces, and just scallops, and all of that's just caulk in my bag. And a little, you know, underneath is just one of these resin buttons. And the caulk is just so much fun. It is just a blast. If you're a cake maker, then you probably have a good hand at making swirlies. I'm not a cake maker, so I found, you know, I had to work at the swirlies. And you can do it. I mean, you can like practice your swirlies and then you'll get better. So, you know, if I can do it, you can do it. So that's all I wanted to show you. So go and look at the candy video, and especially go and look at my video of my gingerbread house. I showed you what it looked like at the end of one of my sweets videos, and it was pretty awful. Now it's very colorful and fun. Oh, I didn't tell you how I made these. Now these containers, I get allergy shots, and so they always wrap my arm with one of these. And so this was on the inside, and I saw that, and I was like, oh, that looks like the size of my fruitcake. So I grabbed up several of those, and then just put trash paper, you know, cereal box on the bottom. And you can, you know, make it whatever height you want. And so for the top, I needed something else. Excuse me. I needed something else, and so I used a toilet paper roll and some more cereal box paper. And on it's a little bit bigger. This was bigger, so you have to just, you know, cut it. You have to cut this piece you want, and then cut that and fit it to, you know, get a fit that's, you know, just a little snug but not too snug. And then I only had one little thing of stickers that a lady had given us, so I need to hunt down some more stickers. But you know, then the old tins is what they put the cookies and the candies, and it was very common practice to, you know, give each other cookies and candies in these tins. So, you want to find some stickers to go on those. Some Santa faces or some, they had, you know, the courier and Ives, I believe is how you say it. The pretty pictures of the people skating in the pond and the, you know, frozen over. So, I don't know, let me know if you find some good stickers, where you found them. And because I certainly need more for my silver. I don't have any silver stickers. So if you haven't subscribed, please do. And please, I hope you're making cakes and cookies and pies and all that for the holiday. I mean, this is the best time of the year to be making all these sweets. And I haven't showed you my bakery, so I'm going to have to get that together to show you. Now that I've shown you everything, I just have to decide what goes in the bakery and what, there's not going to be enough room for all of this by any means. So sadly, I'm going to have to, you know, leave some of it out. So I'll have to find a spot in my dollhouse for some. So anyway, I'm glad you came by. Thanks for coming by and seeing me and sharing this time in this holiday season. So thanks so much. Bye-bye.